Why did yesterday have to be an embarrassing moment for me? I arrived to a baseball game with a golf club. And on top of that, I was used to make sure to blackmail a major league player. What has my life come to? I'm leaving now. Watch out for cars, okay? Come home before dinner. Alright. The Himizawa fighters are having a barbecue party to celebrate the victory. I couldn't eat the breakfast this morning in order to keep my stomach as empty as possible so that I can eat a lot. Since all of our club mates are going to be there, there's a high possibility we will have an eating contest. Rena was waiting at our usual meeting place. Mion was slightly late. Good. Let's head out now. Uncle Mion didn't eat breakfast. He's hungry. I knew you wouldn't eat breakfast. I didn't either. I'm ready to gouge on. Oh no, it's not good for your body to skip breakfast. I have mine. Good and all. Breakfast is the most important meal of the day. You'll have a very healthy, nice and curvy body in the future, unlike Mion, because she won't be healthy. You'll be dominating the centerfolds, men's magazines. I'll dominate the centerfolds and men's magazines. You think a prince on a white horse will come to marry me if I have a nice body, you think? Not gonna happen. Kei-chan, don't be irresponsible telling her something like that. She'll eat 3 breakfasts this morning. Rena might do that. I wonder what kind of man would come and marry a big appetite princess like her. But, aside from all this, we're all hungry. We need some food. So let's hurry up and enjoy a nice barbecue party. The barbecue party will be held at Rika Furude's shrine. The shrine holds festivals, events, and barbecues like today. A place for many kind of activities that we have here in Himizawa. Come to think of it, I heard we're going to have a big village festival here soon. I believe it's called Watanagashi. Oh boy! We're going to deal with another goddamn incident. Because no my luck, it'll be the same fucking bullshit. Oh, Jesus. The view from the shrine is spectacular, and its distinctively quiet atmosphere of shrines is something you can't experience if you live in the city. Our bicycles are near the stairs that lead up to the shrine, and we run up taking 2 at a time. As we get to the shrine, the members of the Himizawa fighters and the parents are already getting things ready for the barbecue. Satoko and Rika are there as well. They notice our arrival and wave their hands. So you didn't forget to come after all. We couldn't eat more meat if you guys didn't come. A pity. Don't underestimate us. Still think you can have a bite of marbling meat now that we're here? Remember the time we had lunch last time? I had a longer reach than you. I'm gonna beat you down with a lethally long reach again today. That painted a very dirty picture. I'm sorry. What was that? I'm not gonna let it happen. No matter how much you whine and cry, you can only watch me with my mouth full of meat. But don't you worry, I'll let you have green peppers and eggplants. I'll get you many baked pumpkins too, Satoko. Satoko changed her expression once she heard the word pumpkin. She knows this might not be just a threat. It could really happen because of the huge discrepancy between her reach and mine. I'll tell the manager you love pumpkins, and I'll make sure he'll give you a nice pile of locally produced pumpkins from Japan. I'm so happy for you, Satoko. You can eat all the pumpkins you like. You can have pumpkins for 3 meals a day. Oh, Rena, they're bullying me. Satoko about to fall into Rena's arms, begging for mercy. Not good. A second later, Rena will knock us all down with a mock punch. So before Satoko fell into Rena's arms, I got the collar. It was supposed to be a great reaction to me to handle the situation, foreseeing what was going to be happening seconds later. But Rena seems to have taken as if I kept Satoko from falling into her arms only to make her wait.
Oh, no! This is mine! I'm taking her home with me!
Rena! Please don't tell me on Rika. Now hang on a second, wait just... Great, where's Rika? There she is, she's over there!
I got this. I'll knock her down. I'm taking you home with me. Me. Satoko's a bad guy.
Oh, Rika, you're so adorable. I'll take you home with me too. Oh, Rika, that's what you get. Mion and I are knocked on the ground as Rena chased Rika while Satoko roared with laughter. Ah, you alright, Mayabara? You, Sonozaki? There's Eri. He comes to help us up. That's the way we communicate. Don't worry. I don't want to communicate anymore if I had to get a bruise on my face every time. Eri starts to laugh, says, You guys just never learn, do you? So we started laughing with him. Satoko's loud laugh, Rika's screams, and Rena's strange shout sound comfort to my ears. The adults prepared barbecued real fast. It's almost done. As oil poured on a hot barbecue plate, draw cheers. Eri brings a big plate with meat on it, and everybody lets out the cheer.
Look at that meat. Man, you really spent a lot of money.
I promised my team. Want to know how much this meat cost a gram? I paid a fortune.
You did the right thing. Third-class meat wouldn't be enough to reward our great performance, wouldn't it? You're right. Today's main guest is Satoko.
That's true, as Satoko did hit a home run. Even though she made the pitcher go easy on her, she blasted it.
Satoko has excellent reflexes.
She may be better than just excellent. I think she stands out for anybody her age. She probably has reflexes as good as mine.
She might be a big sports star in the future.
Oh, I love it when everybody compliments me.
Munch, munch.
As everybody brings her up, I kept taking away the meat perfectly cooked, while Satoko just seemed oblivious to it all. Mayabara, help us, it's heavy! Tomita and Okamura are carrying something big. A huge barbecue plate. The main course of the day had just arrived. A plate with many veggies and kebabs. Food perfectly cooked on a hot plate, making juicy sounds every time juice drops from the meat. Looks and sounds delicious. Cooking kebabs separate on a huge plate because the kebabs need stronger heat to cook. Without kebabs, we can't call this a barbecue party. Well, that's right. Let me give you a hand. My, it's heavy.
Wow, look, kebabs are here.
Everyone welcomes it with cheers. Some veggies and big pieces of meat on a metal stick are put on everybody's plate. A paper cup with juice in it is also handed over. On our right hands, we have a heavy plate with hot barbecue food. On our left, a cup of juice. I can't wait. I can't wait any longer. I'm digging in. Kei-chan, wait. A ceremony, you know. Well, everybody, Iron stepped on a beer case holding a paper cup with some beer in it. A celebration party for a victory, after all. It came with an opening speech. Well, I hope a speech isn't going to be too long. The best part of the freshly cooked taste is going away every second. Ooh, Satoko was stamping on my foot with her heel.
God, act like your age. Can't you wade more elegantly?
I can't help myself from showing emotions. Alright, everybody. We had a great victory yesterday. We struggled a little when the strong pitcher stepped in, but we also had a wonderful money player and a come-behind victory. The adults clapped their hands for us. Today, we celebrate the victory. As I promised my team, I got some fine meat, so eat as much as you can, and let's keep winning and let's keep winning the coming games too. Then he thanked the parents who have prepared the barbecue party and made a toast. Cheers! Sometimes this bottoms up, and that means to drink it all, but we're young. We all digged into the kebabs at once. After that, everybody enjoyed talking about how great each teammate did. They talked about the catches, the steals, etc. Of course, they also talked about the performance as a counter to the Koshin picture. Well, I did my part alright, but it was Satoko's great success. Her plan for sure, but nobody could do what you do to persuade Kameda. So, I guess you're part of her success.
Speaking of Kameda, you went to eat cakes with him later on, did you? You two looked like you were getting along very well.
Two rivals developing friendships and become buddies, huh? Oh man.
It kind of sounds nice.
Rena turned red by the word buddies, and I rubbed her head roughly to drive off that crazy imagination. So, where's our hero, or maybe heroine, Satoko? There she is, indulging and bragging about the home run with her friends with Rika. Even though the pitcher threw the ball slowly, Satoko did defeat the Koshin pitcher, and everybody praised her for it. Satoko's jawing away more than usual and looked satisfied, because in this super royal mood, I wanted to mess with her and tease her, but I didn't want to be mean. She's our main guest today. When I looked at her being funny like she always is under the sunlight like this, I just couldn't believe it's the same person I spent such a peaceful time with the other day. But both are part of Satoko. Doesn't matter if she smiles peacefully or if she just makes a fuss. As long as she can keep smiling, it won't matter. Looks like she's having a blast. Oh, I never realized that Eri was standing behind me. Just like me, the manager looks at Satoko from a distance and decided to chat. That's why I know he's talking about her. Feel like your heart gets cleansed by just her smile alone. He asked for my agreement as he smiled. I'm too shy to admit, and I couldn't help myself from laughing it off. Do you? I don't think I can even cleanse a plate with her smile. Satoko would get mad if she hears that, but she actually has a cute personality. I'm not so sure about a cute personality, but I know for sure that it's fun to see her getting mad when I tease her. Eri-san, right? No, Eri. Just manager. You can call me manager. He smiled shyly. Seems like you're fond of Satoko. I have no proof, but I can just sense it. Yeah, I like her. I really do. I'm thinking about asking her to marry me when she gets older. What? Oh man, what is this crazy man talking about? I'm astonished, but I'm trying to keep calm. But I do remember that he often talks silly. Mion told me not to take his words seriously. Once I learn how not to take everything he says seriously, he'll be a fun person to hang with. Ayabara, you look shocked. Oh, do you like her too? That's gonna be a problem. She's been my target since a few decades ago. Manager, I don't think she was born a few decades ago. Oh, really? Eri laughs wryly. Did I do good? I'm trying to learn how to deal with this guy. But after that, he compliments me a little too much about the performance. While we were talking, I started to realize that Eri isn't a bad person. He's in fact very calm, except for those, questionable statements. I think Satoko deserves compliments more than I do, because of that huge home run. I didn't think she could hit one. Satoko's brother was rather quiet and not an academic kind. I guess she's got the opposite kind of talent. Right. Brother. Must be Satoshi. Satoko's Nini, leaving her alone, ran away from home. Satoshi Hojo. Know him? Satoko has an older brother. Satoshi Hojo. Used to be a teammate at the Hinabizawa Fighters. I wish he played longer, but he had transfer schools. Really? Transferred? Guess he thought it was better to say that he transferred from school than he ran away from home. Come to think of it, Rena also told me before Satoshi transferred to school. I let it pass without thinking at the time because I didn't know that he ran away. So her brother transferred to schools alone? Kind of unusual. I can hear people talking and laughing from a distance. As the cry of cicadas is noisy, and it makes me feel distance between me and the crowd. At first I think he didn't hear me because I didn't speak loud enough. Plus he didn't reply for a long time. I started to think I said something wrong. As I started to feel uneasy, Eerie finally opens. He had misfortunes. Several, actually. Eerie tells me to keep it secret, and then told me about it. It's been 3 years. I think it was around this time of year. Satoko's parents had an accident. An accident? Fell from an observation deck of a park they visited during a trip. It was supposed to be a small family trip. They took a stroll along the walking trail in the national park after some rain. So there was an observation deck with a beautiful open view. But sadly, tragedy struck. See, the fence of the observation deck got old. Something might have gone loose because of the rain they had until the day before. So, Satoko's parents took a fall with the fence right in front of her. There was a river dozens of meters below, and with the heavy rain they had until the day before. Swelled up the river, made it a muddy stream. So what happened? He smiled sadly and brought his paper cup to his mouth. He didn't say it, but I could tell her parents had a very unfortunate accident and they didn't make it. So, Satoko's... I tried too hard to choose proper words, but I didn't know what to say. I do know, however, it wouldn't be sensitive of me if I actually said aloud that she doesn't have parents. And I also know it'll hurt her heart if I did. Come to think of it, I remember someone telling me before Satoko lives with Rika. I also heard Rika's father died of a sickness. Soon her mother did too. And she lived alone. She lives with Furude now. They must have had tough times not having their parents around to take care of them. But they live together and they help each other. I think it's really hard for girls at their age to live without their parents' care. You know what I mean, don't you? I can only nod to reply because I live off my parents. Furude endears herself to the other villagers. She has enough support to carry on living as long as she lives here. Rika's like a mascot. I agree. She has enough support to live on. Rika can just get 2 or 3 croquets for free just by being in front of a croquet store. Everybody in this village will probably help her whenever she did. She's a special case that only works for her. Satoko is a different story. Rika's pampered, extremely special. Usually it's difficult to live alone when you're still a kid, so it's not too hard to picture how hard she's trying to live on her own. But it isn't. Do I really think I can picture it? I'm just saying I can, but I'm actually far from being able to. How can I really picture it? Seeing her smile like that. No way. Even when I found out that she'd parted and lost contact with her brother, I could just feel sorry. Because Satoko always smiles so cheerfully that day. Because she's always smiling. Do I think she isn't hurt? She's just lonely? Or not? Last night, she told me something when she found out my parents were coming back. Having dinner with your family is the best time you could ever have. Her words mean a lot now. I seriously thought about adopting her. Adopting her? Erie put his forefinger on his lips and told me to keep my voice down. I've been living steadily. Have enough money, I got good reputations, but I'm not married. The law won't allow for an unmarried person to adopt a child. Sadly, I can't adopt her. It's a shame, really. My plan to hear her call me daddy already failed. He always says the darnest things. I was just half listening to him, but I realized it was kind of rude. Erie's just wishing for her happiness from his heart. No crazy stuff, or just falsely says things to be nice. He wants her to be happy. All he cares about. Sato's life now isn't necessarily happy, but I just want to ease it up for her just a little bit. Not much I could do, though, other than give her leftovers or help her move something heavy. She's happy. She certainly is. Erie looks surprised and turns around to look at me because I kind of cut him off. She has so many people who strongly wish her happiness. She can't be unhappy. I tell her quietly but strongly with the earnest eyes, which meant that I agreed with his feelings. I appreciate him. I also like another Nini. Thanks, but don't tell Satoko. If she finds out I want to adopt her, she'll be really mad and say she'll never call a nasty guy like me her daddy. I wonder. Satoko acts like a little kid sometimes, but she understands the feelings of others. She'll call you daddy. I'm pretty sure she would. I wonder if he'll read my thoughts, because he started beaming contentedly, looking back at the bustling crowd. A girl who lost her parents and brother. A girl lost her family with nowhere to go to, now living with Rika-chan, who's under the similar circumstance. Satoko Hojo. A devastated individual, but she doesn't even show a little bit of it. She lives strongly, smiling every day. I want her to keep smiling. It's such a simple wish that she just can't stop wishing it. That's why the words that came out of my mouth are the same. What a coincidence. I'm thinking about the same thing. Oh, you too? I guess we're buddies. How about we make a promise? A promise? Easy. Erie smiles. We won't make her cry. A short and simple promise. Fine. I can promise you that. Erie nods happily. After that, we just sat silently, just looking at Satoko, spending time with her friends. She lost her family, but the people who watch over her, she still has them. How encouraging it must be. I'm just saying, but what would you do if you could? That's a difficult question. Erie smiles wryly, but happily tilts his head to think. I make her call me master and re-educate her to meet my maid. It's a... Apparently now he's gone back to crazy again. Hey bro, I haven't said anything yet. What the hell are you talking about? You just said it as clear as day. Yep, he said he'll confine Satoko and make her slave. Good idea. Let's lock Satoko away. Please acquire knowledge of the tools you're going to use before you do. It's really dangerous if you use them the wrong way. Remember those things usually come with instructions for correct usage. Uh-huh. Kei-chan, you'll understand very well. I'll talk to you later. Shion's about to leave while waving her hand with a smile, but I grabbed her collar. Well, you can't just appear from nowhere and talk crazy. Did I talk crazy? I think the things you and the manager were saying about how much you love Satoko were crazier.
You want me to repeat the things you said about adopting her? No. You were hiding and listening to us for that long? K-chan, you don't even have a chance against my sis, and now you're trying to stand against me? I don't think that's gonna happen for another 100 years. I'm just glad we just reintroduced Shion into this whole fucking mess again. Yep. Mion's twin sister, by the way. Doesn't even have the modesty to act like a little sister. She's as difficult to deal with as Mion. The other day I just met her in town and thought she was Mion. She gave me a really hard time. Because I heard she lives in Okinomiya, I thought I'd never meet her. But there she is. Doesn't seem to mind my obvious negative reactions. Must be, I don't know, water off the duck's back. Shion, thanks for coming. I thought you weren't coming. So I was disappointed. I didn't have anything else to do, so I came here to tease people. Manager, why was she invited to this party? She didn't do anything. You're right, the reason I'm invited, I'm the assistant manager of the Hinamizawa Fighters. You what? You kidding me? You weren't there? I'm a phantom assistant. She thinks she can make everything sound all right by smiling and sticking that tongue out of hers. She doesn't feel sorry. We needed you, Shion. You're like a flower that brightens up the game. You don't have to come to the practice, but at least come to the game to cheer us like you used to. Well, think about it. If Kei-chan's joining the Hinamizawa Fighters, I'll consider it. I don't feel like cheering when there's no cute guys. What? Did she just say something that strange too? Shion! Why do you always appear from out of nowhere? Mion came running, grabbing my shoulder and pulling me closer. Oh, Mi-chan's little sister. Hello, Shi-chan. Hello, Rena. I'm honored you remember my name even though we only met once. Same here. Thank you for remembering my name. Ah! Enough with the boring greetings. Don't try to take Kei-chan from me. He's the white hope of my club. Can't take it from us. Make him join the baseball team. Mion was barking like a dog and grabbing my arm tightly. Looks like she's trying to keep her sister from stealing her toy. Wait, I'm her toy? That's right, Cage. Hang on. Some people are just fucking around in my apartment building, so. Cage is the new up-and-comer of our club, so we're not going to trade him with anyone. Rena kept smiling, but slightly shows that she's serious. She's ready to give Shion her deadly punch if she gets within a 2-meter range. My god, it's gonna be a fearful battle. Well, a shame. I guess I'll try again next time. There won't be a next time, manager. Why did you invite her? She's been ditching practice for a whole year. I thought it'd be more fun if we have Shion here. Well, it actually turned out to be a lot more fun. If that was his goal, he achieved it so far. But, come over here, Kei-chan. We're gonna go play a game. It'll come with punishment. What about you, Shi-chan? Is it a new game and it's gonna be fun? I don't know. I win every game I participate, you know. I don't want to make my sis look bad as the leader of her club. That touched a nerve as Mion looked back to Shion. What's the matter, sis? Do you want me to join the game and have an all-sister showdown? I bet you don't want it. I hate you. You can't join the game. I see you out. Mion avoids to have a head-on-head battle. I guess they really don't get along. Why don't you let her join? I want to see you two fight each other. I hate her. I don't like to fight against her. Mion gets upset and walks away, dragging me with her. Good luck, I'll cheer for you for here. Kei-chan, you can do it. Shion looks happy to have teased Mion as she waved her hands. So I had to switch gears for club activities. So, the game, the punishment, ready for anything. So Keiichi, ready to lose? Let's beat down. Like you can. I'm not gonna go easy on any one of you.
Two dogs fight for a bone, and the third will run away with it. I'll be the third dog and win the game. I'll be a shark sucker and aim at victory. Oh, Rika will make a very cute shark sucker. I'm the hero with me.
Alright, listen up. It's going to be simple and easy game because we got some people here. Today's game is unfortunately not available in this chapter. Whoever loses out the game. Whoever loses gets out of the game and has to clean up the mess of the barbecue party. I'm pretty upset as Shion laughed at me as loud as she could. She seemed to really enjoy watching how miserably I lost. Your face looks so funny when you lost the game. You're like, you guys are monsters. Well, no shit. We are dealing with monsters here. I was going as I planned up when I brought all the scissors cards. If only Satoko and Rika didn't betray me. My plan was to join hands with them was working, but Satoko was better with the timing when got hands off. I
warned you not to trust her.
Tumpton and Komura remind me of that warning. They were also victims framed by Satoko at the early stage of the game. I was gonna get revenge for you. The games were ruthless. Proves I'm not as good as the other members yet. The tail ender is the club is supposed to take the punishment. Shion reminded me of the thing I want to forget the most. I don't remember.
You got heated when you were deciding the punishment. What was it?
Asked to get a uniform of Angel Moore by Sis earlier.
Something to do with the punishment? She told me to get the biggest size possible.
Tomita and Okamura looked at me with sympathy and compassion and fear in their eyes. I can only laugh at this point. To my horror and surprise, the more I laughed, the more I felt like this could be funny, but unfortunately, I lost. What happened to Mayabara? Why is he smiling, crying, and barking?
Don't worry about him. He's just pretending to be upset. He won't be able to hide his excitement at being able to have a valuable experience. Is that right?
This valuable experience is bullshit. I put my head in my hands. All I need to express how I'm feeling is only 3 words. Oh my god. As Eri pats me on my shoulder gently, he tries to cheer me up. Maibara, when you need to accept a bad situation, just imagine you're a trainee maid. See, don't you already feel like the bad situation is something you can enjoy? I like it for sure. Here he holds his old arms and starts spinning around like a ballerina, dreaming about something that makes him say, Master! I wonder what makes him think it's a maid. At least I know I didn't say anything about a maid. My guess is that every time he hears a word, training, trainer, or trainee, or some shit, it translates to maid. Tomita Okamura, your manager is a very funny person. How can he make himself a good manager? Tomita and Okamura exchange a smile. He is a very good man most of the time. As Eri slowly finishes that weird ballerina twirl, he puts on his usual face as if nothing weird happened. That's awfully quick. Let's finish up with cleaning. You look like a man with power, Mayabara. Can you clean the plate over here and wash it? Got it. I picked up Barbeque plate that's dirty and sticky with oil and carried it to the wash place. Man, it's heavy. Where is this? Oh, right. I run there before my arms get too tired to carry it. The water place is full of the adults who are helping to wash dishes, so I decided to find another water place. One of the adults told me there's one in the meeting hall, so I went there. I find a small one with a faucet. It's too small to wash such a big plate, but it's better to wash it here than wait at the other place until my turn comes. So I turned on the faucet and the water runs out with a greater pressure than I thought it would. I placed the plate under the flowing water and washed it by rubbing it with my hand. Not really working. Ah,
You forgot the sponge and cleanser. Can't wash it with just water.
Huh, Shion. She just throws away a new scrub brush and a container of dishwashing detergent.
Thanks. Why don't you just leave it to the other water place to let the adults wash it? You're too nice. I think she's being fulsome. I gave her a phony smile.
I'm surprised you're assistant to the Hinamizawa fighters. I thought you were the kind of person who thinks it's a troublesome thing to do.
Well, it's troublesome. That's why I haven't attended at all.
The manager said he wants you back. I think you should go.
Maybe I will when I feel like it.
Sounds like she wouldn't go back even if she didn't feel like it. But I realized I had to stop talking and just wash the plate first, or I'll never finish. She doesn't help me wash it, nor does she interrupt me. She kept watching the water run from the faucet.
I heard that you did great yesterday, Kei-chan.
You should get a compliment to Satoko. She hit the homer. I didn't know she had such good reflexes. I was surprised.
She's totally the opposite of Satoshi. She must have taken all the reflex DNA from their parents.
She looked at herself far in the distance and smiled at herself. Satoshi?
Satoko's older brother. Satoshi. I almost forgot, you just moved here this year. You haven't met him.
Surprising that she knows him well. I haven't met him, but I only know a little bit about him. Parents passing away and transferring schools, right?
Just like the others did, I try to avoid using words like running away from home to be vague.
Transfer?
I didn't notice, but her voice changed a little. I forgot who it was, but I heard it from someone he transferred.
Tell me, who told you that? Who said he transferred?
I just don't remember who told me. Is there something wrong?
It's not a problem, right?
It is. Like doing paperwork to transferring schools. Anybody seen it? Anybody heard it? I finally noticed that Shion was feeding into the topic. Her eyes was serious.
Shion, you're getting awfully serious about it. She seemed to notice how serious she was. After she takes a deep breath once and fixes her hair, she returns back to normal.
I'm sorry, I just don't want to talk about him. Saying he was transferring when you really don't know about him. I'm serious, please.
I guess when I tried to avoid something wrong, I ended up being wrong. But I didn't exactly know what I should apologize for. But I just said sorry. I heard he transferred and I just believed it, so you're saying it's not true? It can't be. His parents passed away and he ran away from home and left his little sister alone. But because I didn't want to use the words that he ran away from home, being that blunt about it, I pretend I didn't know anything about it. She looked at me and notices that she intimidated me, so she lowers her tone.
I'm sorry, I'm not blaming you. Did I snap? I apologize.
It's okay. Obvious lie. I actually got scared. What'll be the problem if Satoshi ran away from home? Would it cause a problem if I said that he transferred? Before I can ask her, she turned to leave. Shion,
wash it clean. It looks like you're the last one. They're done washing theirs.
I forgot all about the plate. I was too much into talking. It took too long. I turned on the faucet and made the water run faster. I rubbed the plate roughly. When I looked around, she was gone. When I finished washing the plate, all of the cleaning was over. The air cooled down, and the comfortable breeze is cooling down the heat of the party. Everyone gather up. Ah, must be a closing address. The fun day came to an end. In the end, Mion won. Satoko and Rika earned a lot of points in the game by betraying me, but they were framed by Mion big time. They were still complaining about it. People who betray others get betrayed sooner or later. You learn that lesson.
I don't want to hear that from you, Keiichi.
I didn't get taken in by anyone's fast talk. That's why I got second place. She has good intuition. She doesn't get taken in so easily.
I'm honestly surprised. It seemed to me that she'd be the first one to fall for some of those get-rich-quick scams.
You must be careful the most, Kei-chan. You're the kind of person who gets greedy and tries to rip off others, but ends up being ripped off. Be careful with one of those stupid pyramid schemes.
Alright, I'll be careful. We're usually very good friends, but once it comes to games, it's a serious thing. Entrapping others without mercy, betraying them cruelly. But after the game is over, we just laugh it off. We're such great friends.
I look forward to the punishment Keiichi has to take, but is it really possible? I think the store owner would like it. Well, I don't know. Keiichi can be really adorable. He can be. I want to see it. I can't wait to see it. I'm gonna make you trip and wipe the floor.
Good idea. Why do I always lose at the last minute? Every time I want to win badly or wish to make someone take a particular punishment, I lose. What am I lacking? The mind to win? God.
Oh, loser's glee feels like a taste of honey. There.
Rika pats my head.
Keiichi-kun is learning how to be strong. I feel like I'm looking at how Michan was last year.
So how was Mion? Was she listening and crying? History is known that Mion, the unbeaten leader of our club, had such eras in her life, and too. Knock it off! Mion covers Rena's mouth with her hands in a hurry. Everybody looked at her and laughed. After a while, Rika pulls Satoko's sleeve.
Well, we better go now.
It's time to go grocery shopping. I wanted to keep chatting, but the time has indeed come. So we said the goodbyes, and we went home. I'll see you tomorrow at school. Everybody waves goodbye to each other.
Let's go.
So we went down the long stairs to the shrine. As the sun starts setting, the heat of the day goes away. Listening to the cry of the cicadas makes me forget about the heat of the day. Did you know it's still June? It's like we skipped the rainy season and summer went already here. She is right. June is usually a long rainy month with hydrangea and snails. I haven't seen any proper rain in the rainy season since I moved here. The weekly weather report says the rain season is going to start. They said it's something about heavy rain warning. I hope we won't have rain when we have the festival.
I didn't know that. I like the rainy season. I like having days of rain during the rainy season.
It makes me feel down. What about you, Kei-chan? Yeah? It takes me a while to reply to Mion because I was letting my mind drift. I was thinking about the conversations I had. Xiang was obviously mad when I said Satoshi transferred out. She was mad and told me not to say something like that without giving it much thought. A vague way to fudge the fact that he ran away from home, but I don't want to be bad enough to make Xiang get angry. I didn't quite get it. I felt like a child who was scolded without knowing the reason why. The feeling pushed words straight out of my mouth. Satoko has an older brother, right?
What?
As soon as I said his name, the two girls became quiet and looked confused. Should I have avoided the subject? Their reactions made me think. But I can't take back what I just said. It'd be a lie if I said I'm not interested. I forgot what happened to Satoshi. Did he move or what? It sounded fake, but I pretended to not know anything until I wanted to know the truth. Mion looked to Rena for help. Rena looked at me, and then Mion, before she started talking quietly.
Haven't I told you? He transferred.
When I used the word transfer with Xion, she changed her expression. I quote the same words that were used.
Who told you that he transferred? What?
I just asked the same question Shion asked me, but I also take the tone of her voice intentionally. I noticed it, and try not to intimidate her too much like Shion did. Well, if you really transferred school, he must have submitted papers or something. Did he submit anything? They fall silent, and their eyes go wide. I think you're goofed. They're just trying to hide the fact that Satoshi's brother went away from home because they cared about Satoko. I'm not trying to come down on anything, I'm asking you what happened. I'm not. I just want to let them know, or I feel like I'm making unreasonable demands. Maybe I am bullying them, or taking out my frustration with Shion. I'm probably ruining the fun day we just had. Why do I gotta keep opening my big fucking mouth? I can only regret my curiosity. We gotta stop talking about it. But Mion starts talking like when I was about to say that.
It's not like we were trying to hide anything from you. It's not what you think, I promise.
Mion talked apologetically like a little child who has been caught doing mischief and is trying to make excuses. Satoshi didn't transfer, she said with determination. But I felt bad because I made her say it. It's okay, Mion, let's not talk about it. I'm sorry I forced you to talk about it. So I tried to apologize. I thought about it saying that. But he hasn't come back yet. What? Unlike Mion, Rena spoke clearly with less hesitation. What do you mean came back?
He hasn't been home since the day he left.
People said that he hasn't come back yet when they meant he hadn't come back from the day. Usually when we say that, he's coming back at the end of the day. At least we don't say that when we know he ran away. So, what did you mean? Where did he go?
No one knows.
I felt the coldness in the tone of her voice. It's too cold to reply. Just like Rena said, Satoshi didn't come home one day and hasn't since. Mion notices the Rena and I are deadlocked. She backs up. I mean, the villagers helped us look for him, and so did the police, but we had to assume that he ran away. He had to assume. I thought people usually leave a note when they run away from home. That's why I assumed he must have left a note of apology to Satoko when he ran away. But the way Mion talked sounded like his case is a little, different. The police investigated everything and found out Satoshi has saved up money by working part-time jobs. He withdrew all of his money on the day he disappeared. Someone saw a person who looked just like him at Nagoya Station. Did he withdraw all his money to run away from home? Kind of makes sense, but then she goes off.
Yeah, but I think that's a lie. Satoshi didn't run away from home.
Rena said firmly. Well, wait, if he didn't transfer, or moved out, and didn't run away from home, what do you think happened?
Let it go, Rena.
Mion whispered. But Rena didn't listen. She continued. And she continued as thus.
This is all about Oyashiro's curse. That's who did it.
A curse? It took me a while to understand what she said and meant. Mion tried to click her tongue and shaking her head.
Before Satoshi disappeared, he and I had a little talk. He told me he was being watched, no matter where he went. He said it even follows him into his house. He says it's the last thing he sees before he goes to sleep, standing there looking down on him.
Rena!
That's definitely a sign of Oyashiro's curse. I think some of it may be true. I think Satoshi may have wanted to leave Hinamizawa, and he may have even tried to run away at some point. But in the end, Oyashiro wouldn't allow that.
I said that's enough.
Oyashiro is the guardian god of Hinamizawa. If anyone ever tries to run away or leave Hinamizawa, he will never forgive them. I apologized for it and I was okay, but Satoshi wouldn't. He wouldn't apologize. That's why he did it. That's why Oyashiro decided to curse him.
Curse? What? I didn't mean to repeat it, but I can't help it. Right now, Rena's fucking furious, talking about the curse of Oyashiro.
Even if the police start insisting that he ran away from home, there's no way I'm ever going to believe that. It's a lie. It's a lie made up by all the people who refuse to believe in the curse. But that won't stop him. Nothing will. Oyashiro doesn't care if you believe in the curse or not.
Bion had to slap Rena's hand. Or head. It's no joke anymore.
I thought I told you to stop it, Rena.
Mion is already mad and furious as hell. Rena looked shocked for a while. As the cry of the cicadas cools them down, they both looked calm after a while. We come to a fork in the road. We separate from Mion. No one has said a word so far. Not a sound. Just the cries of the cicadas. Usually we say goodbye to the... Sorry. That little confrontation has me all shook up. Usually we say goodbye to Mion here, and it'll be only Rena and me from here on out. Kei-chan, remember, I told you before that I let you borrow my comic books. Do you want to stop by? I don't remember that, but I noticed right away she's just using this excuse to have some time alone with me to talk. Okay, I'm gonna go straight home. Goodbye. I wonder if she noticed it. Rena said she's going straight home, and made it easier for us. Okay, Rena, I'll see you tomorrow. I'll see you tomorrow, Keiichi-kun. Don't stay too long, it's getting late. Just gonna stop by and borrow some books. I'll see you tomorrow. A sad and boring goodbye for such a fun day we had. Don't pay too much to just what happened. Bion talked after a while. A long time passed since we separated from Rena. That's my bad. We didn't mean to hide what happened with Satoshi from you. It's just we don't like to talk about it lightly, you know. Well, I know it's not a good subject to touch on. Obvious from the way Rena acted. I shouldn't have brought it up. It was obvious when I talked to Shion. But it's not about whether it's good to bring it up or not. It's rude to talk about it in the first place. Bad to be curious about it. But I'm curious more now. I mean, why did everybody gotten serious? Hell, fucking crazy even. I mean, guys. Stop it right there, you moron. My mouth slipped before I finished my thoughts. I'll never ask you again, so just tell me the truth. What happened? Just ran away from home or something? She kept quiet for a long time, but it looks like she can't do it, so she opened her mouth with hesitation. Well, have you heard about the curse from Moyashiro? A little bit. I only know a little bit, as I heard my classmates talking about it. And Rena's little fucking meltdown. Moyashiro is the protected deity of Hinamizawa. That much Rena did say. He is worshipped at the shrine where the barbecue was held. A few years ago, Hinamizawa was planned to be submerged because of dam construction. And some people related to the construction died. Yeah, it's probably going to be a lengthy thing. It'll probably be fast-forwarded, too. Some people believed it was because of a curse. Satoshi's parents passed away. They were in favor of the dam project. I thought everybody was against the dam project. I didn't know there were people in favor of it. It was a project that submerged the whole village. I heard the entire village joined together to fight against it. Hard to believe there were some in favor. Well, some people have varied, complicated reasons. They didn't go against the dam project. His parents were the leaders of the group in favor of it. So they were leaders? Yeah, the government prepared a large amount of compensation money for construction. Some people agreed to the dam project because they wanted money. Well, that's greedy. So basically people in Hinamizawa aren't rich except for a few exceptions. So some people had a pride in the land that their ancestors had left them. But some wanted to have funds to start a new life. Even though they were embarrassed to say that out loud, and there happened to be Satoko's parents who understood the situation and stood up. In that sense, we should have called them brave, because they volunteered to play the bad guy for those struggling families who couldn't speak out. Unfortunately, their parents accidentally died on the day of the festival that we used to worship Oyashiro. That's why people believed they were cursed by Oyashiro. Yeah, Eri told me about that. A national park somewhere on a family trip and fell down a cliff. They also think it's the curse of Oyashiro that Satoshi ran away from home, right? Well, something like that. She sounds like there was something more to it, but I couldn't ask any further. I don't need to explain further, do I? Her parents' accident, Satoshi running from home, the curse of Oyashiro-sama, they're not really fun subjects to talk about, especially for Satoko. Understand, right? Well, yeah. I only nod in silence. That's why we try not to talk about Satoko's family. If someone asks about Satoshi, some of us tell him that he transferred. You understand that, don't you? I want to see Satoko smile. That's why I regret I brought up such imprudent subjects. Yeah, I understand. I feel sorry I was asking about such things without thinking. Mion smiled in relief when she heard me say it. I understand everything now and decided to say goodbye at this point. I can walk her home, but it was getting late. I'd probably just come and stop by her house next time we have more time. Later, Mion. I'm sorry about today. I'll see you tomorrow. Okay, I'll see you tomorrow. We both wave. But Mion stopped me as if she remembered something. Kay. Don't talk about Satoshi, not only with Satoko, but also with Rena, will you? What? Well, you should know the reason. You saw it earlier. Rena takes anything about the curse of Oyashiro very seriously. She's been like that since she moved here. Rena was very serious. Fucking crazy, even. Mion cut in and helped me. I wonder what would happen if she didn't intervene. Why, though? Not only Rena, but Shion. That I don't know. Rena was, well, you can keep secrets, can you? Please, or I won't be your friend. This looks serious. Okay, I won't tell anyone. So, what happened with Rena? Rena told me she was once cursed by Oyashiro. Sorry? She just got the idea into her head, being paranoid about something. But she says so and believes so. She gets really mad if I mock her about it. She's usually fun and easygoing, but when she gets mad, she gets scary. Alright. I'll avoid talking about Satoshi with Rena. Thanks. If possible, just don't touch the subject. For both Rena and Satoko's sake. And for all the other people's sake, seems. Let's stretch the point for your own sake, too. I can tell that Mion's trying to make sure of that in silence. Yeah. Okay. I get it. Thanks. Mion walked away as she waved. I just looked at her in that absent way and started walking as well. Satoko's older brother. Did he run away from home? Or did he disappear because of the curse? Either way, I shouldn't have asked anything of that. The cold air strongly urges me to reconsider the behavior. I wish for Satoko's happiness, but my curiosity took over and I stepped into the subject of fun. I'm ashamed of my shallow thinking. I always want tomorrow to be fun, just like today and yesterday. Why did I do that? I had fun at a baseball game. I had a blast at the barbecue. It was so much fun. Why did I ruin such fun times? I guess I'll be careful for tomorrow. I'm not going to do unpleasant things like I did today. I'm not going to let these fun days go away just because of careless behavior. I better be careful tomorrow. But I just can't get rid of the uneasy thought that those fun days are over because of that incident. Come on, calm down, Keiichi. Fate doesn't change its course that easily because of a little incident. I mean, things aren't going to change dramatically for tomorrow, right? I know that, logically. But I can't think I can get rid of this uneasy feeling until I can confirm that I have a fun day tomorrow like today. I must be crazy. I worried too much about earlier. I hope tomorrow comes soon, and I want to know how crazy for me to feel so anxious. Tonight seems long. It certainly did. Lazy assistant. Copy of autopsy first draft. Ton San Kyoku. Shion, can you give me a hand? You're asking a girl to carry heavy stuff? That's why you can't find a girlfriend at that age. Well, that's none of your business. Ari's putting away the stuff he used to barbecue, and he's loading it in his car. The parents of the team members are going home. Okay, what are you going to do, Shion? How did you come here? If you're on a bike, I can carry it in my car and take you home. I came here on a motorcycle. Thanks for your consideration. I'm really glad you came today. We need an assistant after all. Do I still count? I haven't been here for a year. I think you should fire me. Yeah, I can fire you anytime you want to quit. Damn, you're shrewd. You should set me free. I'm really bothered you called me up each time there's a game. You'd be a real cute girl if you were more honest. I'm sad. When did you become that twisted? Will you wake up if I hold you with my love? Don't hesitate. Here. Yeah, tries to be funny, but Shion just smiles with a distant look. Nothing's changed. You're still weird and everybody's cheerful as usual. Except for Satoshi, is that what you're trying to say? He'll be back. Because here's someone waiting for him. Whatever. He's very sinful. How can he leave such a cute girlfriend? Huh? Girlfriend? Who are you talking about? Who? Huh? Damn it, come on, stop laughing. Manager! For a while, Yuri's laughing while holding his stomach. Okay, I'll see you later. Come see our game sometime. If I feel like it. I don't intend to be an assistant, you know. Well, that's fine. I can fire you anytime you want me to. I don't like pushing people. Damn. Alright, sorry. You win. I'll come see the game if I feel like it. Cut me some slack. Alright, I'm gonna go now. It's already past time to return the equipment. They must be waiting for me. Alright, I'll see you soon. Alright, if I feel like it. Bye, manager. Oh, such a cute little exchange. First draft of an autopsy. The autopsy report is as follows. The victim's body was bound with restraints. From the wounds supposedly created and restrained, the victim seems to have been bound to a special restraint table. The hands and fingers were fettered especially tightly. It is highly likely that the equipment used was custom made. The victim's ears and nose were cut off with a sharp instrument. From the wounds, it appears the victim's head was held at least one person other than the culprit. The instruments used to cut could be multiple. One of them seems to be a pair of scissors. All fingers penetrated by 5-inch nails. Each joint of each finger was penetrated by a 5-inch nail, and both hands were nailed, making 30 nails in total. Both victims' hands were nailed to 12-inch square plates. Highly likely those plates used to be a part of the restraint table. It is possible that the restraint table had been built for this purpose. Incision and gutting of the victim. The incision of the victim's stomach was probably performed surgically with sharp instruments. It appears that the victim was still alive at this point. Later, the victim was gutted from the opening in the stomach. It appears the victim died in the process. The abandonment of the victim's body. It appears that the victim was thrown into Oji River after the culprit weighed the body down with dumbbells. Judging by the weight of the dumbbells, there seem to be at least 3 male adults involved in the abandonment. To Oishi. This is a copy of the Anatomy Lab's first draft of the Oji River murder victim. The section manager, Shiharu, thinks this is S. What do you think? So somebody seemed to murder Satoshi and dumped his body in the river. Ton-san Kyoku. Here I come, wrong with 3 Doras, Monzingo! What is that? How can you have 3 Doras? You moron, it was obvious I wish you had Tenpai, but you got Condora. You asked for it. You could only add Doras when you got chunned. You shouldn't cut Doras after you showed Yakuhai. Oishi chuckled in satisfaction, and the other cried while they crumbled and set their tiles again. By the way, Oishi, do you find out about the victim? What? Oh, the dead body on the river? Any leads? Yeah, you have to confirm it yourself, though. You're excellent. Who was the victim? Rina Mamiya. Her real name is Ritsuko. Looks like she was working at a club called the Blue Mermaid on Shizabone Flower Road. Oh my, that club is a dangerous one. I think the Sonozaki family owns it. There's a little bit of a spelling error. Whoopsie! Sonozaki, I mean. S, huh. Looks like it's going to be a tough case. Rumor has it that the dead girl stole offering money and drugs. The amount was huge, I heard. Always a man behind the scenes in that kind of situation. Women wouldn't do that by themselves. Must be dead by now. We just haven't found a body yet. Oishi? Looks like her man is still alive. Is he? He's probably going to die anyway. I think it's a wonderful world because pests kill each other. And man is Teipei Hojo. Hojo? What? Teipei Hojo. The husband of the woman who had been beaten to death last year in Hinamizawa. I heard he disappeared. So he was with his mistress? Smells even more like Sonozaki. Where is he? He was living with the girl, but he's looking for a place to stay because he thought the girl ditched him. A lot of confusing shit. This is starting to get a little eerie. Maybe I should save. This is starting to get a little antsy. Let's hope the next session will be fine.